Welcome guys to a recap every single NFL team for the 2021 season, and we're back in the NFC East with the New York Giants. And going into this season, you had Joe Judge coming as the head coach. You had, was Danny Dimes going to be finally that quarterback that you desperately invested in? Was Barkley going to come back from that form of 2020, from before the ACL injury? All of those questions. Was Dave Gettleman going to actually stay as GM? Was he going to be fired or whatever? Out of all of those, Dave Gettleman survived as GM. Joe Judge had a bad time in New York, and Danny Jones sucked at quarterback. That is the problem. That is what the Giants need to fix, that quarterback position. And I know they're not going to do it now because they have a salary cap, but Danny Jones only played 11 games, started 11 games. And he's not really good. I'm going to go into his stats right now. So he had, 11 games, played 11 games, started 11 games. He had 62 attempts, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, reception of 40. Then you had the fucking bad things from Jake Fromm and Mike Glennon. Joe Judge's bad play call in one of the games I remember, which was against a division rival, Washington, that it was in the third, and then he decided his play call where he's going to sneak behind the quarterback. What the hell are you making these decisions for? Just stupid ass thing. Then you have Dave Gettleman, who's bringing in Kenny Galladay, who has 37 catches, 527 yards, 0 touchdowns, 14 starts, 14 games started, 14 played. Just a bad investment. Points for, they had 258 points for, which was 31 out of 32. Those second last in for points for, and then points against 416, 23rd out of 32. Then we got the things that the free agents they have got. Jabril Peppers, they got Hernandez, Evan Ingram, and Carter. Ingram has gone to the Jags, and Peppers has gone to New England. And then these are the incomings that they've had in this offseason. So they got Jamal Douglas, the safety from the Commanders. They got Matt Breida from the Bills. So obviously that Brian Daboll's connection. And then they had Justin Ellis from the Jags, again bringing in another guy from another. So you're bringing another guy from another dumpster fire. So he's leaving one dumpster fire, Justin Ellis, to join New York, another dumpster fire. And then you have obviously the new, like I said, Joe Judge gets fired after he gets fired after the regular season. But it took him 2 days to finally get fired. Then you have Dave Gettleman, who retires. He didn't get fired from the Giants front office. He got his ass. He retired. He didn't get fired. He retired. Again, more coward shit from the Giants front office. And then you had the whole thing with Brian Flores saying that he's doing this whole fucking lawsuit about the Giants. And I'm like, whoever hires, nobody in the NFL should hire Brian Flores. The lawsuit is I understand the lawsuit. The lawsuit is valid because, like I said before, I did a video about this before. When this whole lawsuit came out, the lawsuit in the NFL and the whole representation of the black coaches needs to be called up, because there's only 3 black coaches in the NFL, and majority of the black coaches, like I said, are all defensive. When they try to go on the offensive side of the ball, that is, not many black coaches are offensive-minded coaches. The more defensive, and that's not just for the NFL. Like I said, that's more like a high school thing and a college thing. It's not solely NFL. NFL is, the reason why, but the roots go down to high school level and college level. And I've said more about that before. But yeah, they had this whole thing with Brian Flores. Brian Showing comes in the GM from the Bills. He brings in Brian Dabble, who he knows from the Bills, so that's a great acquisition. And the only good thing about this offseason is that you got rid of Dave Gettleman and Joe Judge. You got rid of the dumpster fire, and you can actually rebuild it. Now, I know you're not going to get a quarterback in this draft because, you know, you're probably going to have to stay with Danny Jones for another year. But that offensive line needs work. A lot of fucking work. You need a linebacker. You've got yourself, you got yourself a safety and a guard, but, there's only so much you can do over the salary cap, and you're going to have to do a lot of work in the draft. So, overall, there's my recap on the New York Giants 2021 season. Leave your thoughts, guys, in the comments, and peace.